Ace and Epel meet for the first time when Ace decides to find someone who looks kind of frail to ditch the opening ceremonies with him. Like most characters, Ace initially mistakes Epel for a girl. This incident is mentioned in Ace's first birthday vignette, but his EN line was changed with no reference made to the fact that he mistook Epel for a girl, though this is a running theme with Epel. When Deuce and Grim both mistake Epel for a girl in Book 1, Ace calls them morons, failing to mention the fact that he also thought Epel was a girl the first time he saw him. Ace forces Epel out of the ceremonies against his protests, suggesting that they go to see Pomme Fiore dorm, but Epel refuses. Ace takes Epel to the school's courtyard, but Epel is a poor conversationalist, possibly still reeling from losing a physical fight to Vil just before the ceremonies began, and so Ace goads him into reacting with something more than his squirrely replies by asking if he is a girl. This successfully annoys Epel and Ace responds, "There's the spirit I was looking for." Unaware that Epel has only just been ordered to not speak in his natural accent, possibly for the first time in his life, Ace says, "You think way too much before you speak, you can be real with me." Epel comments, "It's not like I talk this way because I want to," but refuses to elaborate. Ace decides that Epel must be nervous because of orientation rather than shaken from his fight with Vil, and he needs to show Epel how to do a proper introduction, further goading a reluctant Epel into introducing himself. Epel refuses to share where he is from and surprises Ace by saying that he enjoys barbecue. Riddle nearly catches the pair, but Ace drags Epel into a bush to hide. Epel asks if Ace makes a habit of strong-arming people, saying that Ace seems to march to the beat of his own drum, and Ace responds, "Yeah, but you're the same way, aren't you?" Ace sacrifices Epel to Floyd during the Halloween event in order to save himself and briefly becomes closer to Leona, but Epel indirectly gets his revenge shortly after, when Ace then insults Leona and Leona declares, "I don't care who comes at you, or what happens to you." Epel follows up with, "That's what you get for setting me up. Serves you right." Ace begins Book 5 with wanting to protect Epel from Vil, deciding that he wants to knock him out of the running for the contest since Epel doesn't want to participate anyway. After seeing how harsh Vil can be, Ace's stance changes to wanting to keep his head down so as not to attract Vil's ire. The two are seen together during the first New Year's event, but as Ace leaves Epel behind after he gets what he has come for, it is unlikely that they were intentionally spending time together, and they may have just coincidentally met in line. Ace seems hung up on Epel's physical appearance, commenting that Vil forcing Epel to participate in the VDC is mean because, just look at the guy, saying that he has a Pomme Fiore vibe and that the over-the-top cuteness of the ghost that possesses Epel fits perfectly with his look. He seems surprised when Epel is displeased. Ace says that, on the inside, Epel is basically like Deuce. The way he powers through on sheer determination alone reminds him of Deuce, that Jack and Sebek are the same way, and that he himself just doesn't get the athletic mindset. Epel is Ace's interviewer for his third birthday vignette, during which Ace asks Epel to teach him how to become a better flyer. Epel is surprised that Ace would go to him for help, and Ace explains that it would be easier to ask questions of him than a senpai, and Epel agrees to help. Ace invites Epel out to a hamburger shop on the island, surprised to hear that Epel didn't have access to such a common fast food chain in his village and he would have to take a car into a neighboring town to eat there at all. Ace compliments Epel during Phantom Bride, saying that he ticks all the classic Prince boxes. But when Riddle starts praising Epel's bravery, Ace interrupts with, "You and Epel wouldn't even get a turn if I was there," and he takes offense at a guardsman ghost mistaking him for a retainer to the more princely Epel, saying, "Now that's funny. As if I'm anything like these other plebs." When Epel shows up on a white horse, Ace reacts with, "Does any prince from this century do that?" Ace tries to get support from Riddle and Rook, but they both approve of Epel's idea of the horse. Ace reflects, "Does that mean I was wrong and Epel was right?" After they infiltrate the school in search of Eliza, Epel sends Ace on ahead to fight back a group of ghosts on his own. Ace says there is no way he will be able to deal with so many on his own, but Epel is determined to get revenge for the ghosts mistaking him for a princess. Ace observes, "You got a real competitive streak," and agrees to leave the ghosts to Epel.